Good morning, everybody, and here, welcome to Trading Within the Box on September 7th here at 10:05 a.m. Here, welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe and share my channel if you like the content here. And first off, this is not a recommendation to buy, hold, sell, or solicitation to buy any stocks. This is an educational video only. If you'd like to purchase stocks, please contact a licensed professional or the brokerage house of your choice, and they will help you there. Okay, this is educational video only to learn how to trade stocks. Okay, so let's go over it. We had a little bit of a break in the action over the summer here with the traveling, so I've been a little bit off the record here. But I want to go over some stuff here with everybody here. Now we're back in the swing of things here. Okay, so now the S&P 500. Okay, we came down and we came all the way down. We tested the support and we bounced. Okay, we bounced. We had the W formation. Okay, and then we had good volume coming up. Okay, so we come up, we get the big engulfing, and then we'd start to die on the vine right up in this area right here. Okay, so as you look at it, you see how we dropped right after we went into the supply area, which was right there. Okay, you see how we came back. Now, when we come back here, let's look at the volume as we go into this bar, which was on August 29, 2023, with 83 million shares coming up. Okay, so now we're into this bar. We come into this bar. We close into this bar on September 5th with, that is on a daily chart basis, 55 mil, let's say roughly 55 million shares, and then 70 million going into 83 million. Okay. So now we hit support. So now we're at a support level, okay? So let's see if they drop this below this little support level here, because so we're at a crucial point right here. Okay, what do? Okay, let's clear that, and let's go to a 2-hour chart, and let's see what's happening. So I added the thick black line is a 20-day moving average, okay? And as you could see here, some of the colors that are in the background here, okay, are pre-market. Okay, that's aftermarket, and the yellow in the background is before the market opens. Okay, so post-market and pre-market there. Okay, so don't worry about that, those little shaded areas. But I want to show you how now we're below both moving averages, 9-day EMA and the 20-day EMA, and we're hitting support right now on a 2-hour chart. Okay, so we want to see if we're going to get a bounce here. What kind of volume are we going to get? And then let's see if we get a little bounce up to the 445.18. Now, we have nothing going on until we get the bounce and then the retest and then that, okay, if we're going to start heading back up. Okay, now the volume is drying up. As you see here on the bottom, look how the volume is drying up here. Okay, let's go over to the 45-minute chart because we want to see how the volume is doing. And the voids here are the aftermarket and pre-market, okay? So it's spacing it out day by day here, okay? It's a little bit easier to read. So as you come down, you see the volume with the selling, okay? And then we're starting to dry up a little bit here, okay? Let's see what happens, okay? We had interesting sells, but we have a stalemate a little bit here as we're coming down to support. So let's see if we get that coming up. Okay, let's see on that as we go through this day here. Let's see if we get a little bit of a bounce. Okay, let's go over to gold with the GDX, because the gold miners are very important, and this is something that you always want to keep on your watch list. So when I drew this line right here, you see the resistance area here, and we had a little bit of an M formation. Okay, right? We came up, we had the M, we retested, and we came back down. We had some sellers in here. Now we're at a little bit of a support area. So now, remember when I tell you about the skyscraper of volume sticks, okay, on the bottom here. So you see it right here a little bit, and then you see it right here, and then you see it right here. So those are magnets, okay? Those are magnets because all the action was on those days, either selling or buying, okay, or distribution, which is right up there, okay? So what happens? You come up, you hit resistance. What happens? It comes exactly right back to that area, okay? So that is a support area, okay, right in this spot. You're at a support area. You have the daily chart heading all the way down. We're going to get another opportunity here to, if we hold and then we get the engulfing, okay, with good volume, let's say good volume right there, boom, we're off to the races. We get great volume, we'll know if we're going to pass this area, okay, and then go up to this area in $31. Right now, $28.25 on the GDX on 9/7/2025 here. Okay, so that's with the GDX. Okay, people were asking about Goldman Sachs, okay, because we were going over Goldman Sachs. And Goldman Sachs, another incredible W forming. Now, watch this for a second. Okay, down here, the last time we were in this trade, we had a nice, beautiful, beautiful trade on Goldman Sachs. Now we come back up. What's happening here? You have a higher low here. Look at the higher low. Now, it doesn't mean that this is going to stay this way. We could just drop and this head and shoulders here could form, okay, which could be this kind of a thing, okay. We could be getting this and then this, and then we got the neckline right there, that boom, and then we start heading down. It's very possible. You have some increasing selling volume here on Goldman Sachs on the daily chart, but let's see. Right now, you're at a major support area, okay? You're at a major support area right in this area. So you're coming down here, 1.81 million shares on August 22nd, and that was your low, okay? That was in the, okay, you come down with 2.12 million. So now you can get this little pop here and then head back down to the 311.38 area. Now it's 322.58. Let's go to a weekly chart. Let's look at the weekly chart on Goldman Sachs and see where we are, okay? Remember, the week of October 16th, we have earnings on Goldman Sachs, so we have to be real careful, okay, around that time. Okay, so this could be either way, either one, okay? We could be getting the W. Now, look at the W formation on the weekly chart at support. Let's see here. We start going up here, okay, and we start crossing up on the stochastic through, okay, we can get back into another little uptrend here, okay? And then, you know, you have the supply areas right there, and I drew a lot of those little supply areas right in those spots right there with the boxes, okay? So, with that said, let's go back to the candlesticks. And so we know we're in that range, okay, so that we mark that down. Okay, you have to have a plan. You have to have a game plan, okay? You're under the 20 moving average, but you're basing, okay? You're basing on Goldman Sachs right here. You're based, okay? So I don't want to spend too much time on Goldman Sachs, but this is what we're going to be looking at, okay? Let's go to a 2-hour chart. So now on the 2-hour chart, as we look at it, we're at the moving average, okay? So we popped a little bit. So let's look at the volume as we're coming down here, okay? Now look at the volume on Goldman Sachs, okay? So we have a little more interest in buying here, okay? In these areas, we didn't. You see these little areas that we had very low volume, and then we had the distribution up here, okay, right here, okay? So we had, and we started to come down, and that was the resistance area, and then short, okay? Break step, short, okay? Break step, short, okay? Sideways consolidation, break step. Now what? Okay, now we're hugging the moving average. We're right there on a 2-hour chart. Let's see what happens here if we start to get some more volume, okay? Right now, okay, so far, volume is not that great. Let's see exactly what's going to happen here. Let's go to a 45-minute chart so we can see the volume a little clearer, okay? So right here, we had some flushing out of volume, okay, right in this area here. So let's see if that's a little bit of a flush out or if that's more selling to the downside. This is something that, on a 15-minute chart, we hit resistance today, okay? We came up in the morning, okay, right here in this spot, okay? This is pre-market, okay? This is pre-market before we started. Okay, we come up here, okay, and we come up with some decent volume in the morning, and we pound it right into resistance. Now, a person's going in there chasing, they're going to get hurt. They hit it at 324, and now it's at 321.88, and they're mad, okay? So now we're coming to support area on a 15-minute chart. Let's see what happens. This pulls all the way back. Does it hold? So that's how we're going to manage intraday. And then we come back. Now, here's the volume stick magnet theory, okay? So you come up. Now you're coming back with much lighter volume. You're going to come through a support area. They most likely going to retest back in this spot in this 324, okay? How are you going to know? You could even go down to smaller time frames and see on a 5-minute chart if you want to micro manage this thing, okay? So let's see right here what they do if they hold, or are they going to retest right now? Let's see if they retest. I mean, that could change that candlestick. We could retest the bottom of this candlestick, okay, and come down to it, hold support, and then boom, we start heading back up on Goldman Sachs. Intraday, okay, that's a 5-minute chart. It's intraday. That's day trading. I don't want anybody really doing that because you're going to get killed, okay? You don't know what you're doing. Okay, so now we're on a 4-hour chart on Goldman Sachs, holding. Let's see what happens. Okay, on a 4-hour chart, we hit resistance right there on the 20-day moving average. Okay, and then we came back. Okay, so what does that tell you? Came up, they're not buying yet, because when they're buying, so the sentiment of the candlestick inside the candlestick says, came down, boom, we bought, but we're scared we took the profits, okay? We're scared we took the profits. When the real buying comes in, okay, now that happened over here a little bit right before it took off. See it? And then you get the indecision candlestick, then you get the pop, and then you get the real buying right there, okay? Sideways consolidation, then boom, the real buying, okay? Look at the candlesticks, you see no sellers, okay? So on this area, as we move back on a 4-hour chart, let's see how the volume comes in today. Let's see how this candlestick ends up, okay? Right now, taking profits intraday, okay? So that's the story with Goldman Sachs. Might have took too long for that one, but let's keep going through the list. DOG, okay? This is the short of the Dow, the reverse side of the Dow, 30 stocks, okay? We come to the bottom. We're on a daily chart here. Come to the bottom, 1 million shares, okay? Okay, we close into this area with about the same 1.03, 1.02 million shares, okay? We went into this. So we were pretty solid to go up to the resistance area. Comes up and above the resistance area and now holds this, you get that? Holds the support right in this spot right here, okay? Then you have resistance right up here, okay? So right in that spot. Now, let's look here on the DOG. What's really happening now? Now look at the big picture. Look at the divergence in volume as you're going up. You had the sellers coming down here, okay? Bam. Now you're going up with nothing, okay? So you're retesting these areas with nothing, okay? You're going to pull back or you're going to fail, okay? You're going to come up into the area. You could pull back as this moving average comes this way, or we come back here, pull back to here, and then we retest it again with lighter volume. You come up to this area, you fail, okay? So that's the problem here with this, okay? Look at the volume as we're going up. This is the reverse side of the Dow, okay? Going up with no volume, okay? That's a big problem, okay? That's a big problem. You'll creep up and then you get smacked. AMGN, let's go over AMGN because that's one of the stocks we've been following for a while, and we followed it up. And now when you have an end of a trend and you have distribution, okay, you want to take your profits because look how you're giving it up. Okay, you're giving up back the whole thing. If you stay in too long in a market like this, you're going to get hit and you're going to give it up. And you're going to give it up. You give up all your profits and you're going to be mad, and it's not going to be good for you. Okay, and you're not going to want to be in this anymore. Okay. So as we go into this candlestick on August 7, 2023, that candlestick came up with 4.07 million shares. Now this one that's coming into it right here has 1.98 million shares. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Now we're creeping down below the moving average. Okay, so we look at the weekly chart and we're heading down. Now we have a little bit of support here at 248.49, and then we'll have support in the 243 range. Okay, so we'll have the support level now. Now remember the magnet candlesticks, okay, that I always talk about. Okay, you have one right here on the week of July 17th on a weekly chart right here at 233.98. Now I'm not saying it's going to go that level because it has to bounce off these supports first, or you get a massive sell-off. Let's see. Right now we have a correction on AMGN. Okay. Right now we have a correction on AMGN, and then we know we're going to strength. Okay, we know we're going into strength, so you're probably going to get a little pop, but let's see. What is the pop going to be? Is pop going to be with no volume, with extremely light volume? Let's break it down to a 2-hour chart. Okay, now on the 2-hour chart, you're micromanaging this for you're in a downtrend. Okay, you're in a downtrend right here, lower highs. See, low high. It's almost automatic. It hits the 20-day, boom. Here the sellers are right there. Okay, now it hits a support area right here on AMGN. Okay, and you get a pop. Okay, what are you getting a pop with? Zero volume. Okay, so now you're coming. Now where's your candlestick? Your high candlestick. It's right there. And where is it? It's right there. You're coming back. Okay, you're coming back here today with AMGN. Okay, it's 251.34 right now. Okay, let's see what happens if it retests this area. Now, you want to keep looking and watching. Okay, so as you're, let's say, shorting back or just drifting, waiting for it to come back. Let's say it comes back here. Okay, you want to see how hard are they going to pound this to the downside. Okay. You'll start to see the volume start to dry up with the selling, okay? But you want to see, are they going to hold and then we're going to form the W? Or is this going to just do one of these? And then, bam, right down to the next level. Base, come back up, and then fail. And that moving average is going to follow it right down, okay? So you want to know, you want to look and see how many peaks also we have, because we know that around 4 peaks, we get to a bottom almost. Not always, but a lot of times too. We're at 3 here. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen with AMGN. Okay, AMGN on the 45-minute chart. And survey says what? No buyers. Okay, so as the old Richard Dawson and the Family Feud would always say, survey says, and right now, this is the survey of the land. Okay. Right here, DHR, okay, DHR right now coming to support, and what happened with DHR, okay. Now DHR was pretty solid and held, okay, so now we're coming to support, and where's the support area? It's right there, okay, it's right in the 253.67 range, okay. Now does this hold? Let's see if this holds, because we're going after a swing point here, 1.7 million shares. Okay. 2.14, 2.5. Okay, so we have volume coming down here. We have increased volume here, but does it hold? Now, this could hold. Okay, this could hold and go right here. And we get one of these little deals here, and we could just, and what is my channel all about? Okay, trading within the box. Okay, trading within the box. Okay. So that's something that on DHR you want to keep your eye on, okay? Let's go to the 20-year bond TLT, because you want to know where we're heading and what's going on. And we have trouble in paradise in the economy, okay? Obviously with the inflation and everything going on. Okay, we have a lot of weakness in this economy, okay? So we're in this crazy range, this trading range here with this trader's paradise, okay? Of course, it came up, it came back down. Now, with this on August 23rd, you had 38.295 million shares, let's say 38 and change million shares right here, okay? You drop down with 32, okay? And 32 and a half almost, and then 29, okay? So let's see what happens here, because we could be basing, or it could just keep dropping. Okay, now let's look at this. When you get these gap downs all over the place, let's look at the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart, what do you see? You have a little bit of a W, and then where are you? Know where you are. Remember what I always say. Know where you are. Where are you? You're in a big demand area, okay? You're in a big demand area, okay, right there, okay? So that's something that you want to keep your eye on as it comes back on this weekly chart forming a W. Now, let's see what kind of volume we're going to end up getting by the end of this week. That's what we're going to be monitoring, okay? Because we could get a little pop to the upside here and then possibly fail. So when we came down here, let's say we had 1 peak, 2, 3, we can come back. But remember this: if it breaks this area, this is in trouble on the bonds. Okay. On the UUP, let's flip over to the US dollar. Okay, and remember the candlesticks. Remember the high volume candlesticks and volume sticks that I was talking about. Okay, what happens? You come down to the support, you go right to it. Okay, you come back to support, you go right to it again, right there. Okay, you come back to support again, you hold. Okay, so this is on a weekly chart. You're based. Remember, I said I made a video about the dollar basing. Okay, remember that. And then look at this area here, what had happened. Okay, so now, right now, okay, coming down on the downdraft here from November 7, 2022. Remember, this is a weekly chart. You came down with 29 million shares. Okay, you're going up with 4.2. Okay, 8.8, 9.86. You're going up into this area, which is resistance right here. You got a supply area right in this area. You're going up into this with nothing. So at this point, you're going to get up to this area and you're going to pull back, okay? You're going to pull back. So we're going to see where we're going to pull back to on the US dollar, on the UUP, okay? Let's see how many more minutes. We got a few more minutes here. Go over a few more. And let's go over Costco. Okay, Costco. And Costco, what was happening on the weekly chart, you had hit a major support area on the week of August 21st, 2023, right here at 532.98. Okay, so that's something that we're going to be going into this area. So let's see, 7.53 million shares on August 14th, the week of, and 7.23. And let's see what happens this week and if we start turning up. So on Costco, we're sitting here right now and we're waiting, okay? Waiting to see what's going to happen here, okay? We could be in this little sideways consolidation type of thing that's going on right here. And that's trading within the box, right? Okay, so that's what could be happening right here. So we're going in a sideways movement. And let's go over to the 2-hour chart. And the 2-hour chart right here, what does it show? Okay, so we don't have much going on here. We're trading within the box again, okay? So we don't have much going on here with Costco right now. There's nothing to be excited about, okay? As we look at some of the oil stocks, really quick here, look at SLB, Schlumberger, okay. Look at the W, came back down, gorgeous engulfing with light volume, okay. So we trickle up above the average, we come up into the swing point, which was a little bit of a magnet volume stick. And what does it do? It comes right to it, okay? Comes right to it right there, okay? We build a new support level here, and look how oil, just took off in that area, okay? Okay, look at the OIH, which is the oil services, and we're in a resistance area right now, and look at this run, okay? So we hadn't gone over this in a while, and right down here at the 1st of June where we started to go up. Then we held, and then we broke above, and then we came up. Now we have a lot of volume up in these areas and then we have a lot of volume up in this area, which is at the 339.66 area, okay? So if you look at the high volume stick right here, we're probably going to come back down to 342.78. Okay, we're going to get a little bit of a pullback on SLB, okay? So you look at the moving average, and then you look at where's the volume stick right there, okay? Okay, you could take your little paint here and just draw your little line here, okay? And we want to watch for. We want to watch for the pullback, okay? Want to watch for that pullback. I'll get that pullback down here, okay? Let's see what happens. Okay, with that said, thank everybody for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I want to thank everybody for coming. I want everybody to do well. And this is going to be, an interesting time as we move into October. We get pullback, then we get another run from October to November. And that's something we're going to be following very, very carefully. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your family, and happy trading.